Yeah, sorry, you're next to the ADHD kid. Sorry.
I mean, he's surrounded by him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
He literally started a conversation, and I completely shut him down and started something else.
Yeah,
like within, I think, the first 5 words of the sentence.
Probably the least zen, I reckon, out of this group is you, isn't it?
Yep.
And he's the most introverted. He's special because he's quiet.
Is this going to be the clip from the beginning for this week?
Most likely.
Oh, good.
Can you just check if that's recording?
No,
It looks like it's on camera though.
the screen's not on.
Oh, hang on. I don't think it's.
Is that going to record for like a whole hour?
Yeah.
Safe to say it did not. The GoPro decided to film a time-lapse video instead. So if you're watching this, apologies. There is no view from mine and Rob's side of the room, but I've tried my best with the edit. I hope to get a fully functioning video and podcast to you soon. It's a work in progress, like anything. Thanks for your patience and understanding. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome back. It looks a lot more professional this time. We're on with a mic each.
You're really stepping your game up. Every
I know.
session, you've stepped your game up.
Massively. I feel like I just want to touch it.
You can touch it because I haven't got
Thanks.
too much because it.
Yeah, I know. It's there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you're doing
I've got to
well.
lean
You've
back
stepped
a
your
bit.
game up every time. I can only assume on the next one we're going to be in a completely different place.
Can we have one on location?
No, we'll have a producer next
Oh,
week.
a producer. I'm not going to be the runner.
We know.
I like the idea of doing a location though, like on the golf course or something.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you'll be on the fairway and I'll be like in the pond trying to doing some fishing.
Oh,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
We'll have a session and right at the end, Rob catches up.
I'll be in the farmyard outside.
I don't know.
Trying to get over the train track.
Don't know if the Wi-Fi distance isn't that far. Like.
Last time we spoke, it was quite a heavy one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, it's not the episode's not gone out yet, so we don't have any feedback for that. But I really enjoyed recording it. I know it's quite a heavy one, so I'm going to not make it as heavy this time. Then we spoke the last time we spoke a lot about dads.
Yeah.
So this time I wanted to talk more about the women of our lives, imaginary or not.
Imagine.
Everyone looks at Rich.
Do you know what? She listened to the last one. She did.
Does she know about the
And she knows about it, and she was like, "The boys know I exist, right?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Well,
One minute, let me put a bit more air in you.
I was like, yeah. And it's going out to her mates today, so they're going to listen to it.
really?
So
And now they're going to listen to this one as well.
can't wait for
Would
them
she
to
be
go.
up for coming on?
I think she would, yeah, to be fair.
This is to you. Please come on.
Straight to camera.
Best, straight to camera.
Luke, can you do one down to camera as well?
Do the Zoolander.
Blue steel. All it needs is Mike. Yeah, come on.
Thanks.
Be a good one.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Non-existent one.
Yeah, it'd just be me talking to him.
Empty chair. Like,
Hands off the camera.
I could cut it so I can just whip on a wig and sit in the chair.
Bring out that tooth fairy out.
So talking about women, I want to know what your mums were like. Oh, I'll just get the camera.
So
Last time we spoke a lot about dads. So I want to know how much of an influence your mum's had on you growing up or now.
Yep.
Who wants to get that?
can I ask, Rob, have you got one or two?
I've got one. I've had stepmoms in the past, but
Cool.
I've only got one.
Just so I don't put my foot in it again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to start. I've got a really strong relationship with my mum. Always have done as well. Someone who's always been very present, kind of thing. Whenever I need her, she's there. Like now, we have conversation, phone calls all the time, kind of thing. I noticed I said kind of thing a lot, by the way. I've listened to the last podcast and I've said it about 90,000 times.
That's right. It's a
So
Rob kind of
You should
thing.
listen to the full edit of the
I've
podcast.
said it twice already. I'm trying to make myself stop it. So
None of us drink, but we'd be completely drunk if drinking game.
honestly,
Yeah.
I listened to it. But that is terrible.
If anyone,
shut
if anyone
up.
wants to play that drinking game,
Good luck.
good luck.
You'd need a keg, honestly. She's amazing. We get on really well. Always been really present in my life. Always been quite vocal in probably what I should and shouldn't be doing. And obviously sometimes growing up that was just shut up, mum. I want to decide myself. But also there's other times when I'm like, oh, she was completely right, and I can't really disagree with it at all. Like my career, to be honest, is fairly based on my mum's advice to go do it. And as much as I dragged my heels, it was exactly what I needed to do. But I couldn't see it and she could. So I think that probably sums it up best. She sees a lot of the things that I didn't see. She protected me a lot as a child. But yeah, someone that's always been there, kind of thing. I said it again, for God's sake.
That's all right. 3.
Honest.
Just
God, man.
Just gonna count.
That's because I'm counting.
Yeah, I know. That's annoying. Yeah, I'd probably say fairly similar to Rob. I don't think she's not been as vocal. I don't think my mum. She's always been quite a demure character. Don't want to make her sound like she's a dormouse. She does exist. I do have a mum. Well, just like the spawn of a science project.
It went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, Frank and stuff.
We ended up with 2, just in case one breaks. Yeah, yeah, I'm the one that broke. I think she's been very strong in our setup, and she's had to be quite strong because 4 kids and kind of
You got 4?
holding. Yeah, there's 4
I
of
knew
us.
you had a sister, but I didn't
I've got 2
realise.
sisters.
Oh, I didn't know
And a
that.
brother, yeah.
I knew you had a brother.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, my mum's a hero, mate. 4 of us. Mind you, there's a lot of you, isn't there?
There it is.
We'll get to that at some point.
Why not?
You got 5,
Yeah.
and you're a twin.
Yep.
Always one. It's normally you.
Yeah, not me. He's got double dad.
Yeah, no, I just think she's been there a lot. It's difficult because it's a very different relationship to my dad. My dad's is a more hands-on relationship, whereas my mum's kind of that consistent in the background. Makes it sound like a she's
Like a
like
spy.
yeah, not a spy, like a what's the thing in the computer games, non-playing
An
character,
NPC.
NPC, yeah, kind of. My mum's an NPC in my life. That sounds really terrible, doesn't
She
it?
can't wait to listen to this.
But she's always there.
Yeah.
Is my point. Like, she might not be the main character, but she's always there.
Yeah.
It's a weird relationship. Like yeah.
More like
It's
a
just-
puppet master and the other puppets. I'm just trying to. It's different to that.
No, a bit different to that. I think she is a watcher
Okay.
rather than kind of like that active. She's very passive. So not so much with me and Matt, but like with the girls, she takes a lot of the stress on, and it's a very passive kind of like, oh, I can't, like I say, that whole demure, passive kind of dormouse type person. So it's really hard to kind of
Yeah.
get mum to come out of herself, really.
Do you feel like she's got a different relationship with you and Matt to your sisters?
I'll be honest, she does compared to the. It's weird because it's not like me and Matt and then the 2 girls. It's like me and one of the sisters and then Matt and the other sister. Like, it's a really weird divide.
Yeah.
And even like the ages. So it goes like my big sister and Matt, who are like 1st and 3rd in age,
It just makes a favourite.
are like, yeah, obviously. I mean, come on, favourite twin, youngest girl. We were always going to be favourites. But it's kind of like we're more closer to our mum than them 2, and it's just weird how it's split that way. I can't tell you why. It's just a really weird 7-10 split, isn't it? But no, I love my mum to pieces. It's just a very different relationship, and I was racking my brain before coming in here
Yeah.
and thinking like, my mum, because obviously, you know, everyone's got different scenarios. So I didn't want to sound too negative about my mum because I'm not, but it's just a really quiet relationship. You know, it kind of goes along. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shall I try and get him to shut up?
No.
So yeah, go on, keep going.
No, that's fine. You carry on, mate.
So 2 mums technically. So my biological mum, and then I've got a step mum. But because she came in quite late into the family, I feel bad for saying it, but I've never really seen her as the mum figure. She's always just been like my dad's partner, being Mo.
Mo, yeah.
But yeah, me and my mum, we've always had a bit of a kind of an up and a down relationship. Not really sure on kind of why that has ever been. So I've got 4 sisters, and then there's me. So it could be that there was always that. Yeah, my mum and dad didn't have TV.
Got church. They kept trying, didn't they? They were like, we want a boy.
Finally,
Oh no!
Yeah, I was going to say they gave up when I got that.
And then that one was broken.
But yeah, no. So it's a bit of a. When I was younger, I'd say me and my mum had a very good relationship. She's done a lot for me when I was like my epilepsy, medically and all sorts. Then I would say,
Sorry.
1 minute, I'm going to stop there.
Sorry, I've just noticed that my mic hasn't been recording, so hopefully I'll get picked up on yours.
So I'd say when I was younger, my mum and me had a fairly good relationship because I was younger, I thought nothing of it, nothing else, I guess. She's done a lot for me, going to doctors and all that malarkey. Then while I was growing up, maybe unknowingly, I lent myself more to my dad. My dad done a lot for me as well. And our relationship kind of just broke up. It's probably, if she was to hear this, it'd probably be quite hard to hear that. But I think Rob, being one of my closest friends growing up, you'd probably agree.
Yeah.
That there wasn't really that much of a relationship. Sorry, you're leaning in really weirdly.
No, I'm trying not to make noise while opening a drink. Sorry.
Yeah, you'd obviously agree that.
Yeah.
I think, but over the last kind of 6 to 7 years, I've maybe even a bit longer. I've tried to kind of push a bit more of a relationship, and kind of almost start building bridges again. Rightly or wrongly, I've probably said stuff. My mum probably said stuff, or not even said stuff. Sometimes it's just the way that we behave, isn't it?
Well, maybe stuff you haven't said.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like periods of, use a technical, like a word term, non-engagement, like just not
absenceness and stuff, basically. And me probably taking advantage, or maybe taking advantage of that in a way. I think we just didn't have very similar interests. My mum had her interests, and done a lot for my sisters. They had a very busy life, and my life was nothing like my sisters or anything.
Yeah.
From what I felt.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, I could probably say that the non-engagement and absenceness was probably maybe more on my end without really realising it. Probably giving her a bit too much of a hard, what's the word?
Like giving her a pass, or giving her an excuse, or giving her...
No, yeah, I'm just giving her maybe potentially
Too much critic.
I've been too much of a critic of what she's done, considering she probably, looking back at it now, she's always tried to do the right thing. Maybe it's not always been what I've wanted to, or as you said, you don't always want to hear what your parents are saying, even if it is right or wrong.
Yeah. I think we had very different situations growing up in terms of how much our mum was there or how much we spoke to them, and then we had very different freedom in a way, I suppose. I think you had more of a voice growing up, so you would say it a lot more. So there's probably a bit more clashing. Whilst I think I listened
like,
a lot
I don't
more.
know. I don't know what the
less
questions
clash.
are that are going to come up later. So I might hold off for a little bit, but I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think that might come up later.
I don't want to hijack, but you've touched on something that I'll wait till these questions later. But the bit about your mum being busy elsewhere with your siblings, and we're going through that a lot in our family now. But obviously, I don't want to kind of go too much into it without knowing sort of what's coming up. But I can understand that point of view, and it makes it easier for you to kind of withdraw almost, and kind of go, oh, that's all right.
Gives you a reason.
Mum's busy. She's got. I can't remember your sisters' names.
It's not like you've gone on a golf trip
There's
3
Sheila,
times with one of them.
Sheila, Debbie.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
And this is going out online.
Anyway, Blaine, do you wanna
You're going to rescue him.
Sorry.
rescue me from digging
Should I
this
talk
hole?
about me?
Yeah, please, mate.
It's
My favourite subject.
So before you do it, can I ask, how are you feeling about this episode? Because obviously you decided a topic in a way.
Yeah.
So that must have been a hard topic for you to decide to go for. Are you feeling alright?
Yeah, I am feeling okay. I probably will get emotional at some point, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's something that I've thought a lot about more recently as well. Having therapy myself and supervisor, constantly talking about different things. Lots has come up. I feel all right talking about it.
Yeah.
Probably will get emotional, I might not. But yeah, obviously, Mum died a couple of years ago now. So what I remember from my mum, you probably knew my mum the best out of the three of you. I find it really hard to put into words what she was like, looking back now. But for me, I was always a mummy's boy.
That's not surprising
It's not, no, probably not.
at all.
And I feel quite. I've talked about this a lot in therapy. Actually, I don't think I ever spoke about her enough.
Do you think that would be true of anyone that would pass though?
Probably.
You know.
Probably. I can feel myself kind of getting emotional as we talk. But my mum was always fun loving. Like the memories other people would have of my mum as well was just confident, carefree, loving, silly.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful human being. I don't think you ever met my mum.
Do you know, I was thinking about this before I come down, and I've never met your mum.
Yeah.
And everything I saw of her was online.
Yeah.
And you got that vibe that she was just fun and just, what's the word? I can't think of
Present
the word.
is what I think about.
Present. That's such a good word.
Just radiates like come here type energy. Do you know? Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
I remember the first time coming over to yours and meeting your mum, and you wouldn't have known it was 5 weeks, 5 years, or the first day or whatever.
Yeah.
It was similar to your dad, actually, I'd say.
Yeah, very similar.
There was the door shut. There was no kind of ifs or buts or anything, and it was just, yep, you're here.
You're welcome.
I kind of do feel a bit like I missed out on something with that. Like
I think you did.
it was, it's just.
Mummy and Daddy Blown.
Yeah, I know. Like I've obviously.
I used to go around
You
there and
know.
be like, Mummy Blown, Daddy Blown, come here, come here. Hug.
Yeah.
It was, I can't imagine how difficult it is to talk about because obviously I think sometimes people look through like rose tinted glasses and stuff like that, but I'm like, it's not. I was like, that's exactly
Yeah, you're like, no, his mum
Yeah.
was epic.
Yeah.
She was, and no, don't get me wrong, she had a hard time. She was, sure she wouldn't mind talking about it. She was in and out of hypnotherapy for a long time as well. It's actually a reason why you guys know why I did the hypnotherapy course, was because Mum started it, and passed halfway through the course.
That's a beautiful thing, by the way. Like,
So,
I've
yeah.
never acknowledged that with you, but I think that's just amazing that you took that torch.
Yeah, I felt like I owed it to her in some way, because I knew how passionate she was about it, and how much she loved going to hypnotherapy over the years. And even when she was training, obviously she had to practice on people, and I was I was so glad I said yes to her. I was one of the people that she practiced on, and I loved that because I could see how happy she was doing it. Yeah, and it was a really hard thing taking that torch and kind of finishing that for her. And I'm so pleased that I did, because it's changed my life. I think, and it will continue to change my life. And I think I owe a lot to that. Yeah, I can feel the emotion. But yeah, I think, yeah, I
It's a
miss her a
feeling,
lot.
man. Like,
Yeah,
I know it's hard to lay out. But
yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to put into words, really. Kind of the impact she's had. I just remember her being just happy and fun-loving, as we've said. Yeah, I don't really know what else
I
to
think
say.
I see it in the way you parent as well. Like, and that's from your mum and your dad. You, from what you've always said to me, so like about how you like your mum like acted around like Christmas and stuff like that, and the way I see you interact with Evie, you've clearly learned how to be. Oh, I want to be involved in my child's life. In their eyes, kind of thing. And that's so I think you knew that they were involved in you, and that's how you are then with your daughter.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that's quite conscious as well. I do sort of think.
I can see that, and I don't mean
present
that
I wanna be.
in a bad way. I mean that you can really see that you are always trying to be like, you're going to know that I'm here for you no matter what, kind of thing. Because that's how I think you grew up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they were very sort of hands-on, loving parents.
Huggers.
Huggers, big
Oh my
huggers.
god, I like
Big huggers.
Big
the
huggers.
fact that like I've had a hug from Daddy Blown and Bear Blown,
Yeah.
and even James Blown. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had a hug from him, and there's nothing of him, but he gives that big hug.
It's the commitment to the hug.
Just
full commitment.
Oh man,
Brilliant.
I'm gutted I never got one of you, Mark,
Yeah.
because that would have been.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a very, very beautiful thing. So, coming on to the next question, really, what did you learn from your mums? We kind of spoke last time about the things we learned from our dads, but is there anything that you've learned from your mums?
Yeah, I'm happy to go first again. I'd say probably kind of like hard work, resilience, kind of thing. I said it again. God's sake, it's 4.
It's 4, it's fine.
So
I'll have a tally up in there.
I was going to say, yeah.
in the corner on your head, it's just doing. Oh dear.
That keep me busy.
So my mum, I didn't grow up with very much, I would say. Had quite older parents herself. So I think she worked hard all the way through her life. There was no time, I think she just sat back and waited. She went and worked hard. The more I grew up, the more she went and worked and learned more. So I think when I was at late primary school and secondary school, it was seeing parents go be like, right, we need to go earn some money and more money, so I'm going to go out into this thing and I'm going to learn it. And she still does it now. She's on the cusp of retirement and all that kind of. I want to say it again. and that.
4.5.
But she is, as a third, only got the cut out. But she's still seeing how she can develop in the roles that she has. And I think I've kind of taken that. I didn't work that hard at school, but that's because I just didn't want to. But when I then come to be an adult for working and finding jobs really difficult and really hard and sticking in them and pushing through and then being a better worker on the other side, I think that's something I've learned. Not just chucking in a towel, kind of being tough and getting on with it, even if it's not what I want to do or even if it sucks, I've got to get on with it. And I think that's kind of what I say about from like resilience.
Yeah, I was trying to say that, resilience. Yeah.
Yeah, she's very resilient. She will bounce back no matter what. And I think I do that too. But yeah, that's definitely something I've learned.
Well, to be fair, I'd probably say a similar thing with my mum. So when I was younger, I got bullied quite a lot to the point of I moved schools.
I must have made a joke there, sorry mate. That would have been awful.
Isn't it World Mental Health Day as well?
Oh, yeah.
This is how I help him.
The only way
Making him resilient.
Conquer
Got something in common with your mum and his. All about the resilience. Sorry mate, carry on.
In particular, as I said, about my epilepsy, but the one thing my mum ever never kind of said was, because you're epileptic, you can get away with not doing that. You don't have to do that because you're epileptic. And even when we were going through schools, we mentioned in one of the other ones, my school was willing to kind of just go, at the end of the day, I didn't want to attend school. I was a truant, and I wasn't easy by any means. I'm not saying that it was all me or all the school. But the school wanted to basically turn around and sign me off and go, no, look, he's a dead end. But my mum never done that. My mum always went, no, we just need to put things in to help him. And yeah, I got them things, still came out of school with absolutely nothing. And then I still done jobs. She helped me get jobs. She always supported me to get to a train station and stuff like that. And I think it was the resilience / kind of the work ethic, if anything, that I've got from my mum. When we were younger, my mum was, I think when I was probably, year 7 or 8, my mum stepped into either a deputy head's job or a head's job. But she's a teacher, and we never saw her, in all honesty. She would leave the house at 6 o'clock, 6:30, and then she wouldn't get back till 6:30, 7 once she's finished doing paperwork and locking up and all sorts. And as a teenager, well, I was just stuck upstairs in my room. So I never really had that much of a relationship with mum. But looking back at it now, is the only reason she was doing that was to help our lives. As I said, there's 5 of us. And then growing up later on and her helping me out with different jobs or sending me applications or whatever I went and redone English at school so I could apply for a job. Do you know what I mean? That type of thing. And giving me that kind of, all right, look, doesn't mean this is the end in a way. Let's try and progress it. So I think, as I said, going back to kind of what I was saying 5 minutes ago where I could have just stopped. The resilience side, but kind of the work ethic.
Kind of.
If you get what I mean, that's what I always say.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
You get me? Oh, you're so chatting, aren't you? I like that. That's seems to be a bit of that's a nice noise, isn't it? Seems to be a bit of a theme, doesn't there? Resilience. I think
women are tough, aren't they?
That's to be fair. I was just going to say,
strong,
I could say exactly the same, but I'm not going to because I just think mums are tortoises anyway. They're meant to be resilient. Like they come extra hard. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just. Although your dad could be the hardest bloke as nails, but your mum's
It's a different kind of strength.
You kind of. My mum, horrendous upbringing, like just the worst. Unfortunately, I never got to know that side of her family, which I'm kind of happy about. I think my mum, one, has taught me how to treat women. And that's a massive thing, you know, like normally you go, oh no, your dad teaches you. No. My mum taught me how to treat women, told me what's right, what's wrong, what you do, what you don't. I mean,
why you don't have a wife?
yeah, pretty much. And she also taught me how to be a cheerleader. Not like pom-poms. No, mate.
What do you need to need?
That's the next thumbnail.
But like to champion people, you know. And I think your mum teaches, like anyone's mum teaches them that. Like the mums are the ones that are kind of there in the playground, aren't they? Going, oh God, you got this, you got this, you got this. And I think, you know, that was one of the biggest things my mum taught me, to be humble and celebrate other people.
You definitely do that, mate. You do.
And I think that's the important part, because if she hadn't, a bit like you, Luke, if she hadn't been celebrating me or pushing me very quietly in her own way, but if she hadn't been doing that, then, you know, like you, I left school at 15 and she was the main catalyst for me getting my first job. You know, she sent me the application form, weirdly, how it's quite similar. But she sent me, you know, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to work in a fucking garden centre. Like, what are we talking about? Best job I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. And that's thanks to my mum, you know, so yeah, I guess she's taught me how to be a cheerleader with the pom-poms.
Yeah, I was going to jump on the resilience bandwagon, but
Don't. It's been played out, mate.
played.
No, be resilient. Stick with your idea.
Yeah,
It's not his idea, it's yours.
I think as well as the resilience, I'm just trying to. I don't know how to put it into words, but I think Mum always kind of taught me how to be present. I think, but also, it's not quite kindness, but like. As I said, I was always a bit of a mummy's boy. I'd always give her a cuddle, and she'd always say, like, "You're never too old. You're never too hard to like love your mum." Do you know what I mean? And give her a cuddle and stuff. And I think I'm not sure on the word that's kind of taught me, but it's that kind of.
It's that.
About genuine.
It's that compassion, isn't it?
I think it's
The
probably
kind of-
compassion.
That's a good one.
You learn compassion ultimately from your mum, not from anyone
and I
else.
think it's about kindness and love, like first and
Yeah,
foremost.
love,
And,
I think,
like it doesn't matter what could be going on, but like you know, priorities maybe something.
All
something
mums are
around with that.
turtles, hard shells, putting everyone else first, taking their time, teaching the lessons. There you go. Your mum's a turtle. Your mum's a turtle.
Tortoise.
Same thing, aren't
Yeah. I'm gonna slightly on to a trickier question. How have the women in your life influenced your understanding of masculinity?
I mean, he's not. He's not really got. He's not really got like the most masculine men in the world.
It's your definition of masculinity.
Do you know
isn't
what? Can you answer the question first?
it? I'll answer the question first. I think my understanding of masculinity is kind of that. I think first, like gentlemanly. And I think it's about, again, kind of already what I've just said, that kindness and compassion and understanding of other people. I think that's quite masculine to me. And that's how it kind of should be. Like we talked about our dads a lot, but I think the women in my life, even like G, the conversations I have with G, and we're going to come on to a question a little bit later kind of about it, but being able to understand that other perspective of what it's like to be a woman, I think that ability to understand, that compassion, that empathy, to me is how I would define masculinity. I don't see masculinity as that big burly provider kind of breadwinner kind of thing. I think there's elements to that providing and protective factor. I think that's what's the word, inherent or in masculinity anyway. I think naturally we are that kind of protectors, providers. But I think in that we're protective of, I feel like I'm protective of emotions and compassion and empathy and that on that level, on an emotional level. To me, that's how I want to see masculinity, and that's how I would like to teach masculinity if I ever had a son, or even to Evie. Like, I want her understanding what a man should be
when she's looking for a partner.
If she wants to look for a man, do you know what I mean? But that's where it sits with me. I don't know if that resonates with any of you or not.
See, this is a really hard one for me, because I hear you saying about compassion and all that, and because, sorry to always use my epilepsy, but I've got such a bad memory from my epilepsy, I can't help it. I don't have much of a recollection of kind of pre-year 6. Like, I remember odd little bits that happened. I was the kid that slept all the time because I was having so many seizures. Bits and pieces, don't remember a great deal. My sister says stuff and I'm like, did that really happen? Generally, I can't remember much. And then, because as I kind of alluded to, probably from about year maybe 8 or 9, maybe even a bit earlier, didn't have maybe the best relationship with my mum up until probably about 25. Not that it was like awful. It was not that we just, as I said, we were completely two different people. I was fully aware of that. And it's not like my mum didn't try. I think my mum was probably trying a lot more than I was trying, and I was probably pushing her away a lot. But I find it hard to see the compassion side to what she was doing. I find it hard to see the empathetic side of how she was, maybe. I feel that I learned a lot of them emotions from even your mum, when I used to go over, spend weeks at your house, for example. Or other people's mums seeing it. Nathan's mum, where I spent a lot of time at his house and stuff. Or even my dad. I find all that. So yeah, so I kind of... I've gone off topic. Sorry,
so you saying your masculinity you think is more from your
the
dad?
Masculinity, yeah.
It's more probably from your dad.
Well, has it influenced your masculinity?
I'd say it influenced it from my upbringing. It influenced how I would. There was always 2 parts to a story. For example, I was always very much on one for fairness. If I felt someone was getting outdone by something at school, I'd be the first one to do it. I'd like to stick up for that kid, even if he wasn't sticking up for himself.
Your mum taught you that though, from the young age of like, just because you got epilepsy, I'm still gonna go back.
Yeah, maybe. I think kind of.
Well, don't cast people out.
Yeah, although you're saying like you're not sure where you can see the empathy. Yes, 5. Empathy and like compassion. Your mum was showing you that, but not actively showing you. She was very passive and kind of...
No, thank you. And I think you've picked up on what I'm trying to say without me being able to say it. But thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, you've been doing better than a counsellor. I'm joking.
I'm so much cheaper as well.
He's just listening. He's doing his bit. No,
he's passive.
But I think the masculinity side, I think being able to establish there's always 2 sides to a story, and probably probably from both my mum and my dad, just calm and relaxed about it. I don't think, off the top of my head, that either of my parents have ever gone off the wall. I don't, but they had a shout and all sorts, like all people do, but never off the wall for me to see, or at me in particular, unless it was warranted. There's a few
it would have
times
been,
where
mate.
it's warranted.
It would have been.
As I said, I mean, I didn't know him, and I'm hearing stories. I'm like, it's certainly
As I
warranted.
said,
You're not innocent, but
I
at
will
the
hold
same
up my
time,
hands
yeah,
that I
you're young
was a
still.
hard child.
You're young though, with a lot going on.
But
Did he have epilepsy?
but I had epilepsy when I was younger.
Only when you was younger.
I mean, the question was.
So I'm raising money.
Oh wow! Right, let's bring it back on topic.
Yeah.
Sorry, have you finished your answer?
Yeah. There you go.
How has my mother impacted my thoughts on masculinity? I believe that was the
Influenced your understanding of masculinity. Yeah.
You've met my dad. He's not, you know, the geezerest of geezers. Neither am I. And it's a difficult one. I think, again, my mum's sort of influenced it by not having an opinion on it. Like, or when I say not having an opinion, like she's never pushed me to do manly things. She's never pushed me to do, you know, to be that typical kind of drinker, boozer, bloke, provider. I mean, as is mates. Sorry, I'm not just talking to Mike.
Oh, apparently.
Apparently, kind of. You know, my favourite hobbies are golf and Pokemon Go, and my wife is the breadwinner. I couldn't be further from like
That no one's met.
that no one's met.
No.
My mum's just influenced it in a way that it's okay to do whatever you want, and not in like a play truant way, but like you design.
Freedom.
You design being a man yourself. You know.
And you went with this.
And I went with this. Honestly,
I didn't realise.
can I swear? She fucked up. You can believe that. Yeah.
Sorry about it.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm a bit older, more mature. I'm more comfortable with myself. She taught me to be comfortable with however I want to present myself as a bloke. It took a massive wobble when I met my mother-in-law, and I wonder if we're going to get mother-in-law questions.
We're not, but you can talk about it.
God, jeez. She had like this whole kind of different way of like how a bloke should be, to the point of she thought I was gay when I first met her.
G thought that as well, Richard.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah. We're still finding it.
But like,
Well, we haven't met the wife yet, so
no, yeah.
she could be a
assists.
7 foot.
I'll show you profile. I'll show you the wedding pictures at some point.
Everyone do Photoshop.
Yeah.
Especially Mike. But no, the mother-in-law had a real kind of, I've met Luke. She had a real kind of, this is what a bloke's like. And my mum was like, you are this way. If she doesn't accept it, that's on her. Does your missus accept it? Yes, cool. Then you run with it. I think kind of, going back to my mum being a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And kind of just going, it's okay.
Be you.
You know, whatever you want to do. You know, you want to paint rainbows in a field of daisies, have at it, lad. Do what you want.
Yeah.
I think, again, like what you said, being authentic and true is the most masculine form of masculinity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
It's weird that you step on the kind of breadwinner side of it. Because, again, you might be coming to this question as well, so apologies if I jump ahead. But when my mum and dad split up, the one thing that I always heard in the background, whether it be to my sister or on the phone, like when my mum was on the phone, was that my dad wasn't providing. My dad wasn't giving. So I've got very much a thought in my head, and Charlie's the one that's turned that around, that I've got to provide for my wife. I'm the one that's got to go. I think I mentioned it the other day. I'm the one that's got to work the hardest. I'm the one that's got to do this. Ironically, Charlie's the one that's got more grades.
It's not competition, is it?
No, it's not competition. But in my head, I think, well, as a man, I've got to provide. And I think maybe only really since meeting up with or being with Charlie, probably only since having Stephen, that I've kind of realised that, well, ultimately it only goes into one account anyway.
Yeah. So what you're saying
we
is,
literally have one account.
Yeah, what you're saying is my mum's told me to be a freeloader.
Your mum. What I'm trying to say is your mum's calling you the right answer.
She has. Like, you know, it's okay not to. Like, I'm fully comfortable with that. You know, because whoever puts the most zeros in a bank account,
I mean,
doesn't matter.
Are you happy? That's the biggest thing.
I am. She can't stand me.
But then you've achieved, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just undo the valve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, main source of income, OnlyFans. Rob, have you answered this question?
No, not yet, no. I like going first. You give me a time to think about my answer, but it's probably a good one still. But
You've got to be OnlyFans. So.
No, I don't really. Mine is probably to really, like, masculinity has to allow, like, love coming in. I think going what you was kind of saying about, like, stereotypes, I think men do sometimes either need to be seen as, or we feel that we have to have this really hard exterior and nothing can penetrate it kind of thing. And I definitely think I got that from my dad. I think I got that from my mum as well. The fact that love is something that's so important, and it kind of, or love and respect are so important, and that will trump whatever's going on or whatever kind of needed. I think I'm probably not the most active person in terms of getting out in the world, but I will always try and be there for somebody, or always try and listen to somebody. And I think that's probably what I think I've learned that masculinity has to include. It doesn't have to be, although I probably drag myself through just suffering along, especially from what we spoke about last session kind of thing. But I do want, I did it, good, done it.
I love he's not counting anymore. He's just doing a little wave.
But it's not even in the shot. So I'm just going like this. So the kind of thing I'm trying to say, you know. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I want to be open and listening and understanding and empathetic. And I think that's what I've learned that my masculinity should be. It shouldn't be this is the way it's done, and it only matters about what we can see. That opening up to people, getting people to open up to you and see the real people is the important bit. And I think that comes a lot from love. I think I love really hard. I love everybody, and I really like people coming in and being friends or building relationships with people. And I think that comes from my mum. She's very confident, and well, I think I'm confident, but yeah, love and respect is what I'm trying to say.
I want to come on to the last question because we're over time, but this is going to be a long question as well, I think.
Rob,
what have you learned from listening to women's experiences that changed how you act or think?
Okay.
Have you learned anything from listening to other women's experiences
Yeah.
that have changed the way?
yes.
So
just say yes.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Wash. Done.
So,
That's all right.
see, as I said, I grew up with 4 sisters.
You had to, surely.
You had no choice.
Yeah. And then my
Charlotte.
wife.
That's your sister's name.
It is, yeah.
Charlotte.
My wife's name.
40 minutes
That's
later.
40 minutes later.
40 minutes later.
Sorry, I'm just like, I remember Sam and Charlie.
So yeah, so obviously I've heard a lot, and the one thing that I will always hear essentially is the safety aspect, and I feel so sorry for your girls
Yeah.
because if it's going to get any worse than it is now, And I can only hope that what I do for Stephen and all sorts is hopefully make them feel safe. But it doesn't matter where a woman goes, it seems like in the back of their heads, they are always thinking, what's going to happen? It doesn't matter whether it's the workplace, doesn't matter whether the fact that if I wanted to right now, I could run home. It's what, 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and I could go for a run home. I wouldn't think anything of it. I don't think there's that many women that would feel the fact that they could do that.
Yeah.
And even at 6 o'clock, when it's getting dark now, I think just goes dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Probably some people that are girls are getting on a bus are thinking, it's getting a bit dodgy now. Where a bloke does not have to think like that. If I want to go for a run, if I want to go swimming or anything, the worst I have to worry about is someone kind of getting the wrong notions of me and going, why is he doing that? Why is he going for a run at 9 o'clock at night?
If you're on your phone next to someone or just behind someone, that's the worst thing you're going to experience. Whereas on the other side, she's going to experience, the woman is going to experience.
I think a man gets a lot of the masculinity side to that backlash of when you're a teenager and all sorts and you're going out with your girlfriend and stuff, and you feel, as we've spoke about before, you feel you have to look after them, and if something happens and it's one minute, I've got to look after them. I've been assaulted in public before, and there was no way that I would have been able to look after a girl. I didn't look after myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the one thing that I've learned, and kind of think men take for granted far too easy is what's the word? The unconscious safety.
Yeah.
Even from a young age. Stephen, do you know what I mean? As a young age, usually boys aren't abducted or taken, yet girls are. It's horrible world we live in, and I can only hope that things that we do in the next while we're growing up, and things we do for your nephews, nieces, sons, and all sorts, put some form of safety on your daughters and other girls and stuff.
Yeah. It's a hard question to answer because I have my immediate thought into that question in two different ways, of the same one of view of how do they feel in the world, but then also how do they kind of experience the world. So listening to women's experiences, I know that sometimes they don't feel listened to. So it's then, well, right, then how do I actually make sure I am listening then? How do I make sure I am? We've all spoken about mums tonight about how present they can be and things like that. So how am I going to do the same? Again, not just for my daughters, but for everyone, like for my wife, for my mum. Kind of, have I grown up as a man who's going to be that respectful and listen? And I suppose that then comes into the safety side of it as well. It's how do I model what a man should be? Because there's a lot of men out there who don't. But then I don't want it to set up a false pretense of, all men are like this, my wonderful dad kind of thing.
It's like reassurance, but there's a
I want them to be. I would like Frankie Lowe to grow up knowing that if one of them had a husband, that they would be the same as I treat Sarah. But I also want them to grow up knowing if there's any sort of danger, my dad is going to come and he will do whatever he's got to do to keep me safe.
Serious words with a person.
Yeah, but
Tickle him.
it's that contradictory term. I want them to know that I will be that
voice,
that wall if they need me to be, to break through anything. But I also want them to know of how a man doesn't have to be this wall that's just going to go rage stuff. It is.
You can be a squishmallow at times.
I think I am 99.9% of the time. but yeah, it is a really difficult one. I want to. Listening to my mum, listening to Sarah, listening to my sister, and that, I think they have all had that safety side of it. They are also all women who are just going to be like, I'm gonna do this, sod it, like. But they are also all insecure as well. They are also maybe how am I going to do that, or will I do that? I don't know, just to be supportive. Listening to them is ultimately what I think it should be. What have I learned from listening to women is that they actually want to be heard. They actually want to have a voice that's recognised and not just a noise in the corner. I think. Was it right?
He's doing that.
But then
He's doing that thoughtful face, isn't he? And I'm just like,
Yeah. So I see your relationship with Ray, your dad, and I can see how he is with your sister and your mum and that, and I could easily see how you would show both sides of that behaviour, hit it in the middle. So as you said, where your two girls could go, this is a masculine side. It's the man. It's the
aggressor.
The aggressor, maybe, let's say.
Yeah.
But equally at the same time, they're also soft. They're also loving, and that is also, that's what I need, and that is also what I need.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. I want to be that protector and that breadwinner, but I also want to be that teddy bear, which makes everything emotionally available.
Yeah.
Not better, but just available. Yeah.
Rich, or do you want me to answer it first again?
no, I mean,
It's the last question. He's got to finish it up, doesn't he?
yeah.
Thanks, Luke.
Listening to women's experiences, and what was the last bit?
What have you learned from listening to
What have
women's
I learned?
experiences that have changed how you act or think?
Not a lot, what it sounds like.
No, because I've always had a high regard for women. And I know that sounds a little bit like a cop-out answer, but majority of my jobs have been around women. So this is going to sound really bad, and I just don't cut it at that at that part. But I've always had to listen to women's experiences.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Not that I've wanted to, but
it's not I've had to.
the dominant
Yeah.
voice has been female, because of you don't do nursing for 10 years and go, oh yeah, you hear what Dave the nurse says. No, I've never met Dave the nurse, and I've got to listen to hundreds of experiences, and I just think it's difficult to answer, because you asked this question 10 years ago to Richard, and I'll give you a different answer.
What did you answer 20 years ago?
I'll
say, what did you answer 10 years ago? We won't get there.
We can't put that on the podcast. I'm not going to lie. No, I'll happily say that.
I know, yeah. I was just...
But now I've learned that women are more powerful. And I think listening to their experiences, I didn't realise all of what women go through.
Yeah.
It's just taught me more, like having that female voice around constantly, and I'm aware that looked like I was going constantly.
Oh, no, it's all right.
It's nice to know that whatever woman that I've listened to in my life, they would be all right on their own.
Yeah.
And that's a real confidence boosting thing. I know that sounds really weird as like a married man with sisters and a mum. If you was to take the men out of their lives, they'd be fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reassuring factor for me, is listening to their experiences and what they've been through, taking tough out of us, lads.
Yeah.
And that's a big lesson for me. I
Yeah.
think. If that answers your question.
It does, and I think, not that I'm going to copy that answer, but to add to that answer.
It's all right, you can just cut and paste, put it at the end. And
I will,
that's
don't worry.
fine.
But to add to that answer, I think, yes, they'll be fine without us, and they're resilient and all that kind of stuff. But equally, all of that stuff never stops. There's always something that there is to worry about, or there's always something going on that's a problem. You talk about going home in the dark and all that sort of stuff. That's always going to be a problem. There's always issues with, like at the moment, looking into like maternity pay and being a mum. There's always issues surrounding that kind of stuff, and that always changes. It never stops, but almost sometimes goes unnoticed. or it's never, not never spoken about, but it's just
Is the way it is.
it doesn't seem to change.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I think that's
What?
hard.
But what I like is when I say that them roles have been challenged. My wife's been a director of 2 different organisations,
Yeah.
which is a completely
Yeah.
male-led role. She's smashing it. So I kind of think like her experiences.
Yeah.
I listen to that and I watch that and I go, there you go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she might not be able to walk home on her own at night, but she can do stuff I can't.
Yeah.
In a
you
boardroom,
know.
she's.
Oh no.
But I can guarantee there'll be someone at her work that will say she got that because she's a female.
100%.
And I think
And
it's awful.
And I'll be honest, go back 20 years, that's Richard's answer. Cut.
But I think that's the point, though. Even though those kind of things, those barriers are being broken, there's always that mentality of
100%.
And I don't think that's ever going to change anytime soon.
No, but it's knowing that the females are more equipped emotionally in the last 20 years to deal with that. It's such a positive way forward.
Last question.
I thought the last one was the last question.
Right.
No, so
the
what have you
last.
learned from it,
What have you learned from this conversation, if anything? Well done, Rob.
Thanks.
Gold star.
Rob, you learn anything? Kind of?
Anything from this? What are you taking away from this conversation?
I think I always feel quite a lot of pride when I think about mine and my wife's relationship, and hopefully how I'm then modelling a good masculine side for my daughters. So I think that's probably what I'll take from it. But knowing I still have a lot of room to grow, even though I think I'm quite good at it. We spoke about overwhelmed in previous episodes. So I know I've got a long way to go, especially as they get older. I will have to reach new heights of being understanding and listening. So I'll probably take from it that I feel quite happy with how I can talk about how I treat my wife and my mum and my co-workers and all that kind of thing. But looking at myself as a man, knowing I've still got work to do to improve.
Yeah, I think knowing unconsciously that me and Charlie have never spoke about the equalities between us both, and that essentially makes it the fact that we've always just taken it as equal. And again, I never really thought about it until a question got asked. Never really thought, you know what? We've never spoke about it as such, and it's not something that we do. We just kind of, as you said, we just do.
But you don't need to. It's there.
I need to.
Or they haven't brought up the conversation.
Yeah, or it's just really awkward to have it.
Well, yeah, every time
Too far
Charlie
in
tried
now.
to bring it up, I walked up the stairs.
Been married 10 years. It's too far gone.
Luke says, "Got to talk about it." No, you haven't. Okay.
Sorry,
Brilliant.
but yeah, no, I'd probably say that. I've mentioned previous, me and Charlie, we're very lucky to have had a very long relationship. And she's very supportive of me as a general. And I think that's, I think even when we were younger, really, we never spoke about how a couple should be, or how we feel couples should be. We just kind of try and get on with our own lives the majority of the time. Richard?
It's not necessarily something I've learned, but it's something that I will try and continue to do and maintain. And that's be married, firstly. And the second one is to keep making an effort with my mum. And I think lately, sort of, my mum's getting older, and I know she
then what happens?
Yeah. And I know she really, cherish might sound too, you know, like soppy, but she really does appreciate that time and effort that I put in. So I just think it's continue with that and doing the things that we do, you know, even like our annual shopping trip at Christmas. I know she absolutely loves that. And normally by now I've booked it in, but I haven't. So I think kind of going away from here, that is like my first thing to do tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's rather than what has it told me, it's just what has it reminded me.
Yeah, it's a great answer. I think the same. Like,
Thank you.
Literally, you talking about that, I'm thinking about things that I'm gonna like tomorrow.
Just
I'm gonna
continue to
do some cooking with my mum tomorrow, that kind of thing. Yeah, just cherish it. Yeah.
I'm seeing my mum tomorrow. Actually, yeah. I'll tell her to listen to this. Oh, you won't have
When it's out. When it's out.
What about you, Blaine? Final thoughts from Papa Blaine?
Final thoughts. I think what I'm going to take away from this conversation is how my relationship with Evie is going to change over the years, and what I'm not really sure. I think how aware I need to be of myself with her, and I already feel sad about the stuff that she's going to have to endure growing up, and maybe prepping myself for that eventuality, I guess. That's probably a really dark answer to finish on.
No, okay. I'm already trying to teach Frankie and Ella to be single, hard, fighting, ball-busting, independent women, and they're 6 and a half.
I was going to say,
I'm already trying to do that.
do you know what's great is he's got to think about it for one. You've got 2, dude.
2 the same age. No, that world's going to suffer.
Yeah.
Those Vida twins are coming smashing, trust me. But no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a dark thought. I don't want to teach Frankie and Ella that a guy or the world is going to be bitch to them at some point in their life. But I want them to be ready to bitch slap it back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of food for thought.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about any of that.
Lucky you.
Thank you.
There's that ball.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Between the Rolls with me, Michael Blown. If you've got any thoughts, feedback or questions about today's episode, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me by email at loquicounselling@outlook.com. That's LOQUI counselling@outlook.com, or through my website, www.loquicounselling.co.uk, or on social media at Loquicounselling and Hypnotherapy. If you've enjoyed the conversation, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might relate. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time on Between the Rolls.